Hello. And then we're going to cut a hole in the roof. No biggie. We have put aside 4 days to do nothing but work on the van. If you're new here, I'm Becca. I'm fitting out a van to live in full time with the help of my wonderful father. And today we're working on the solar and fitting the MAXXFAN deluxe. Ta-da! So what we've done so far is we have measured it out. I think we've got a centimetre to play with, a centimetre gap each side of this fan and the solar. So it was quite tight. So what we've done today is put them where we're going to put them with the fan in the middle. And then we're going to cut some holes in the roof. There's going to be some nice big changes. I have a roof rack on already, a Rhino roof rack that was on when I bought the van. And we've got 255 solar panels and then the MAXXFAN Deluxe in the middle. But as you can see, we have the tiniest of gaps at the side to work with. But that's the setup, because then what that does is that gives me the back of the van to play with for the roof decking and stuff. Just gives me more space. And then, you know, only the front of the van has to be in sun and the back could be in the shade or anything like that. So thought that was the best thing to do. So you can see these little marks, that's all we've got to play with. So what we're going to do first is cut these. We're going to move these out of the way, obviously. Cut the 2 bars. Then we're going to cut a square through this for the MAXXFAN Deluxe. Ta-da! To go in. We're going to do that first, then once that's in, we're going to come back and fit these solar panels. So we've got these right angle strips that fit. We're going to lay them across each side of the solar panels. So we're going to drill holes in these, fix these to the bar, and then fix the solar panels to that. So we've got these aero brackets to go over the front. So it's like aerodynamic. So the solar panels slot in those. This is at the front of the van, so the air's coming this way. Push the air over the top, hopefully stop any noise. And yeah, so we've got 4 of these for the front and the backs of the solar panels to connect them that way. And then the long silver strips down the side. So they should be very secure indeed. And yeah, these are pretty cool though, aren't they? Ooh. PV logic we've gone for. We got advised to go for this set of solar panels because they are actually designed and made for low light situations, e.g. cloudy UK weather. So they do better in low light. So that video that I put out of them producing, I think it was 52 volts on a cloudy day, just please be aware that that might change for the solar panel brand. These panels are probably going to produce more energy than others, so just someone dropped a comment, so I just wanted to make sure you knew that, and if anybody was looking, to make sure you do your research so you get the right ones. But that's that. I can't promise the filming's going to be wonderful in this video because I really just want to crack on. I've had about 10 days of not really doing anything on the van and I want to get a lot done, so I'll do my best, but it might not be as in detail a vlog as previously. But anyway, let's get going, shall we? Here's something I made earlier. It's a cutout frame for the edge of the MAXXFAN Deluxe. And then we've gone on the roof and we have marked exactly the center of where we want it. And now we've come underneath and we're going to use this and we're going to mark out the rest of it. And then we're going to cut a hole in the roof. No biggie. Come on in, Pops. Up you get. Hello. We're going to cut out 2 of these. 2 of them are going. Then we can actually cut the hole in the roof. Woo. Ta-da! Metal pieces cut out. Perfect hole for the fan. I'm going to be a child now and tell you that the distance from this edge to the middle of here is 69. And the distance from this edge to the middle of the fan is 69. Have fun with that, guys. Cool. Woohoo! Hey, that's a good angle. Are you stuck? There you go. I feel so much more confident doing this after seeing the window being fitted, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, you
Yeah,
ready?
I'm ready, I'm filming, let's go. Dad did the jigsaw down his side. The absolute pro. While I did the jigsaw down my side.
That's it.
Wow.
Right.
Not bad for a first attempt. Hello. So we have a little challenge. Because these are right on the edge of where we need to cut, the jigsaw is getting stuck on here. Just make a bit more noise, Dad, you know? Just... Right. What we're gonna have to do, because the jigsaw is getting caught on these and we can't get a straight line, so we're gonna drill holes in the middle on each side and then go from this side out and this from the inside outwards, and then that should fix that problem, like so.
I hope we've done it right.
I hope we've done it right. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
You got your fingers.
And we just laid in the fan before taking a break. Wow. Mama's brought us some lunch, so having a break. After lunch, Dad used the grinder to make the hole a little bit bigger because we were a bit off, and then I used a file at the top to smooth down the edges while Dad did the same from underneath. Let me put you over here. We're now going to treat it with the Hammerite paint, rust paint, that I used on the floor. There was a bit left over. Oh, I've just seen a little bird in the barn. Yeah, there was a little bit of paint left over, so we're going to do the edges. Treat the edges and any sort of scuffs we've made on the top of the metal. Let that dry, and then we're probably going to try fit the solar while that dries, and then once it's dried we can then fit all the fixtures in, you know, ones like this, and this one. Oh, hello. Oh, wow, thanks. If you can see, there's a few scuffs as well from the mark, but this is all going to be exposed. This is all exposed, so we do just need to paint that and treat that, and make sure it's watertight and no rust can form. So let's do that now, shall we? And there's the rust treatment. We have some mastic sealing strips, and we are going to, now the paint has dried, we have to layer up where the dints are. So because the roof isn't flat, we've got these sort of gaps here that when the plastic edging sits on top, we're going to have a space underneath. So the last thing we want is obviously for water or anything getting in. So good old Greg Virgo, if you're building a van, watch Greg Virgo's videos. He recommends using this stuff, and what he does is he places it in, cuts it, and then the next piece, the next layer up will be a bit bigger, and the next layer up will be a bit bigger, and that fills in this gap before we put everything else on and seals it. So that's what we're going to do now. I imagine this will be the same for the relay and Ducato as well as the boxer, but I had to do 3 layers of this. The bottom layer was 6 centimetres, the middle one was 6.5, and the top one was 7. We then drilled the pilot holes on the edge of the plastic trim and fit that in place. Before I drilled from the top down of the holes I could reach, and Dad went from underneath for the holes that were blocked off by the solar panel and the rails. Next was the sealant, and we had to completely fill these divots as well as go around the outside before we then laid the trim back on top. So we're underneath now, and we've got this wooden frame, 400 by 400 mil wooden frame on the inside, and Dad's up top. Hello. And he's screwing in from the top. Look at that, lovely. Those screws are tapping in to this wood, and it should be nearly done. Hello. The face of concentration. And here's what we look like on the top. You know, we're gonna clear this up, edge this up, but wonderful. How perfect that fits in between. Well, they were famous last words. Anyway, we sealed around the edges next, and as you can tell, Dad's side was very, very neat and mine not so much. But hey, I'm learning, and you know what? I've learnt enough now that I can do my side and Dad can do his side, and we're working great as a team. Make sure to lick your finger before doing this, and we also sealed the screws. Oh, that looks really perfect. Look at that, so neat. So Pops is just silicone in the screw heads. And then we are going to, I'll do my side, yeah. And then we're going to call it a day. So we've got the next 3 days, 3 or 4 days, where I'm gonna talk and do this at the same time, where the van can stay in the barn, doesn't need to be driven anywhere, doesn't need to go anywhere, so just gives us chance to do this. So we're going to leave this without the fan in for tonight, let everything dry, let all the silicone dry, check everything in the morning before the fan comes back on. That is what we're going to do. I'm just trying to do this. There we go. Ta-da! It's been a long day today, Dad, hasn't it? Yeah. We've done nearly 7 hours. Nearly 7 hours today, which I think is the most we've ever done in one day. And we've been on the roof most of the day. But we made good progress. So we've got a whole solar's half on. We've taken it off just to put this on properly. And then down there, can you see? There is the big skylight. So that'll be going in tomorrow as well. Now we know what we're doing. We've practiced with this one. That one should be fine. Yeah? Okay. You've got the weight of it, right. Remember those famous last words I talked about? Well, as we're putting it in this morning, I realised that it gets caught on the roof rack. Ah, now then. Which meant Dad had to grind a little bit more off. But it did the trick. After we rust treated it again, we popped the fan back in and it was opening and closing fine. Next was lining up those holes with the ones underneath so we could get the screws in, which was no easy task, let me tell you, but we did it. Absolute legend, thank you. It's in. The MAXXFAN Deluxe is in. I can wind it down. Yeah? Yeah? Woo! And it's in. It's in. I'll remove the plastic and show you it properly. But I'm keeping that plastic on for the moment to protect it for when we put the solar in. But she's in, the fan's in! We didn't mess up. That's all you're getting from this video. Stay tuned to see the solar and the skylight and the ox beam lights get fitted. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you next time. Peace out. I really like being on the roof.